Self-care leads to self-love. I wanted to jump on and express the importance of being willing to take good care of yourself and being willing to find your holistic approach. My business is called Findinghenosis. Henosis means oneness, union, unity, to realize I am connected to this world and to life, right? I'm actually in a relationship with it. I am in a union with it. And the H in Henosis stands for holistic, because it has been my exploration, my realization that it really does take my holistic approach to create well-being. So I want to invite you to encourage you to be willing to take better care of yourself. Self-care on the holistic level. That includes with your body, with your mind, your emotions, and the way you take actions to explore joy, to explore play, how your spirit, to enliven your spirit. You know, when we think of self-care, so much of it is related to the physical, right? What we eat, how we exercise, sleep, diet. And that is so important. In fact, that was such a key in my healing journey. Learning to take natural foods, hey Sandra, to actually invest my time and invest my energy at learning what is actually going to help me feel better, right? I certainly started out with just eating like the standard American diet, if you will. And well, I certainly have experienced my share of mental challenges like depression and social anxiety in my teenage years that wreaked havoc on my life. But as I was willing to find what was going to help me feel better, not only did I feel better in my body, but that affected my emotions and my mind and gave me the opportunity to start to really enjoy that process of discovery, enjoy the process of learning, actually. And that gave me more energy and more willingness to keep exploring, to learn the nature of my mind and my relationship with my thoughts. I remember back in my early 20s, learning from people like Wayne Dyer, change your thoughts, change your life, right? Or I remember Dr. Daniel Amen, he's a brain surgeon or neuroscientist, right? All these qualities. And being in a pandemic, I feel it's definitely the best time to keep exploring, keep creating more of a beautiful relationship with self-care. And for that has led to greater self-love in my own experience. It really has been the willingness to care for myself, to care about the way I feel, to care about my capacity to enjoy life, to feel strong and resilient and flexible, right? Yoga, things like yoga and exercise was huge for me. So for me, it's such a holistic dynamic, right? As I explored things that helped me feel physically stronger, and I put the things in my body that helped me feel that energy, I was able to experience more joy and more playfulness. And that led to trusting myself more and trusting life. For as I became more self-loving and started to enjoy the process of actually discovering what was going to help me feel better and creating lifestyle habits and choices that help me, feel stronger and clearer, I started to see the love in the world. I started to find more content that gave me a sense of inspiration and increased my awareness of what other people were choosing out there in the world. And I started to find more examples of people that was actually in a state of joy, in a state of balance or peace with themselves or their way of life. I know for me, it took me from learning from people from other cultures, right? People in other communities, not just the one that was what was I was surrounded by environment. It took me the willingness to explore, other cultures, other people, and what they were choosing, and being willing to experiment with myself, whether that worked for me as well. Because just because it works for someone else doesn't mean it will work for me. And I also want to preface, don't take my word for it, right? Try it out for yourself, but be willing to try things, to discover, to explore. And it really has for me led to a natural confidence over time. And so the willingness, and it's about willing to find that for yourself as well, right? That's the other part of it. Even if, say, in your family or in your friend circles, maybe they're not choosing, or they're choosing a certain way, be willing to find your own way, to explore what is right for you. And over time, you will be able to create that self-care, right? To really, as you really care about yourself, that really will lead to the understanding, the exploration of what love means to you, right? So the way I see it, nature is such a key element in that. And now I so enjoy going out to nature. I used to live in a city where I was so disconnected to nature. But I saw how I started bringing in nature and started to put it into my body first and foremost. And now I live in the part of the world where there is such majestic, amazing nature around me, and I'm out there every single week, hopefully multiple times a week, exploring and experiencing and enjoying it. And and that's how I see just how holistic and how beautiful the journey can be. So, you know, even with going through this, really challenging times for many of us, I believe we can all increase our ability, our willingness to increase self-care. So I wanted to just remind you of how many options and how many ways we can start to increase that, right? And that will lead to the willingness to take better care of the emotions. Because as I found the things that I really care about and finding others that care about similar things, that cared about well-being, and for me, as I increased my own well-being, that naturally led me to care about the well-being of others. So increasing my self-love naturally led me to wanting to love others and to explore that. And by choosing allowing myself joy, that naturally allowed me to value the joy that others get to experience. And that's how I see, for example, spiritual development and what it has given me awareness of. And I believe what we choose for ourselves, we can be that example for those around us. Just imagine if you were born into a family, into a community, into a world where people are taking good care of themselves, were choosing their joy and choosing to develop their creativity and exploring what is right for them, and supporting other people at exploring what is right for others. How magical would that be? And I know I've been able to choose that into my reality because that is my life. My life is filled with people because I've chosen it, that enjoy taking care of themselves and enjoy learning more how to take care of themselves. And I'm going to keep inviting more and more playfulness into my dynamic and not taking myself so seriously. That's such a key piece for me to keep reminding myself. So balance, relaxation, beauty, connection, those are all qualities and energies that I've so valued discovering what they mean for me. And I've learned to continue to choose them, right? And the holistic way means I get to choose to see the beauty in so many things, in everything, because there really is beauty in so many things. And I get to choose to allow myself relaxation in so many ways, and choose connection, and to balance, to find balance, whether it's how yoga helps me to develop physical balance, and that helps me lead to a balance within my mental states, right? My emotions, and balancing work and play, right? So I invite you to see, to recognize just how holistically connected you are with your body, with your surroundings, with others in your life, and to recognize you get to choose what is right for you more and more, and you get to learn to care about yourself more and more, and to take better care. And through that, at least for me, that's how I am discovered more self-love. And for me, there's an endless well of self-love to discover and to experience and to explore. So I just invite you and remind you just how every day we're making choices and how we can continue to increase self-care in all of our choices in all aspects of life. Be well and take good care of yourself, and be willing to explore what helps you feel good.